generous to accommodate every one of you, to welcome all of you, to get prizes and go with a happy smile, happy feelings, and welcome 2022 to greater success. I welcome you all again on in International E-Commerce Summit. This is our second session coming with Daniel Tolson on entrepreneurship mindset, 100x and entrepreneurship mindset. Daniel Tolson is #1 coach, business coach in Australia, especially in emotional intelligence. He considered as a #1 coach in the world. He is a very amazing speaker. আপনারা মন্ত্রমুগ্ধের মতো তার কথা শুনতে থাকবেন, এত সুন্দর ওনার প্রেজেন্টেশন, and he's trained about 9,500 companies throughout the world, North, South America, here in Malaysia, then Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Europe, throughout the world. He trained hundreds of thousands of people, especially on business IQ, especially on emotional intelligence, and overcoming all the fear. আমাদের একটা business as a startup or as a উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে যে আনসার্টেনিটি আমরা ফেস করি, যে আনসার্টেনিটির ভিতর দিয়ে আমরা যাই, যে জার্নিটা আমরা করি, এটা অনেক চ্যালেঞ্জিং, মেন্টালি অনেক স্ট্রেসফুল একটা জার্নি। ইট ইজ নট ইজি টু বিকাম সাকসেসফুল এন্টারপ্রেনিউর। সো উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে আমাদের এই মেন্টাল রেডিনেস, আমাদের অ্যাজ আই সেড, আমাদের মানি মাইন্ডসেট, আমাদের উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে আমাদের বিজনেস মাইন্ডসেট, এটাকে চেক করা উচিত, এবং এটার হেলথ, মেন্টাল হেলথ এবং মেন্টাল গ্রোথ নিয়ে আমাদের চিন্তা করা উচিত। এটা ইটস গোজ হ্যান্ড ইন হ্যান্ড উইথ দ্য বিজনেস প্রিপারেশন, উইথ পারসুইং দ্য বিজনেস as well as pursuing our mental readiness for the business. সো আমার দৃঢ় বিশ্বাস এটা আমাদের হোল কমিউনিটির জন্য একটা ভিন্ন এক্সপিরিয়েন্স হবে, নতুন একটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স হবে, এবং ইট উইল লাইফ চেঞ্জিং ইভেন ফর all of the participants, including me. So Daniel Tolson needs no introduction. He is the most successful business coach in his area, in his field, and he is one of, as I said, one of my guru, and he trained me personally. So I want everyone pay full attention and really consider to change your mindset first, to pursue any business, to pursue any venture, to start any business, or even career. You want to build career, you need to overcome a lot of fear, lot of what I can say, বাধা, অনেক ধরনের মেন্টাল, আমাদের থট প্রসেসে অনেক ধরনের ব্লকেজ আছে, যেগুলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা খুব একটা সচেতন না অন দোজ ব্লকেজ। আমাদের ওগুলো ওভারকাম আমরা যদি অ্যাক্টিভলি করতে পারি, তাহলে উই ক্যান অ্যাচিভ হায়ার সাকসেসেস। সো উইল গো শর্ট ভিডিও অফ ড্যানিয়েল টলসন, হাউ হি ওয়েলকামড, কীভাবে উনি আমাদেরকে ওয়েলকাম করেছে এই ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ই-কমার্স সামিটে আমাদেরকে, ওইটা আমরা দেখব। অ্যান্ড দেন পাশাপাশি after that video, when we'll welcome him with lot of hearts, lot of love, with lot of encouragement, energy, we'll welcome them, to welcome him especially. Please join with me after this short video and welcome Daniel Tolson in a best possible manner. Okay, just enjoy the 2-minute
three biggest challenges facing the e-commerce industry right now are fears, confidence, and procrastination. How do you know you have this impacting your business? Firstly, you fear trying and failing in your e-commerce business. Secondly, you lack the confidence to go all in because you are worried about making a mistake. And thirdly, you are still waiting to find the right product before you start. Hello, it's Daniel Tolson. It is my belief that 1 million e-commerce professionals woke up this morning wondering where their next sale is coming from and worrying if they're going to make enough money to survive. At your upcoming International E-commerce Summit, I'm going to give you the exact tools that 15,000 of my clients are using so they can live life on their terms. I look forward to seeing you at the International E-commerce Summit.
So we have Daniel with us waiting to go on live with us. আমাদের সাথে ড্যানিয়েল উপস্থিত লাইভে আসার জন্য to share valuable insight on changing mindset and on reviving our personal growth. And hello Daniel.
Salam alaikum. Good afternoon. Hey, how you doing there?
Nice to have you in our platform.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've been watching today and I'm just so impressed with all of the students and how committed they are to building their business. And I also know that with the quality of the speakers over the next 3 days, they're going to learn their hearts out.
Okay.
Now you can hear me clearly, can you?
From here, I'm leaving and give the mind-blowing session to the audience. They are waiting for you.
Lovely. Thank
Take
you
it
so
from
much.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. It's wonderful to have you here with us. Well, thank you for being here at the International E-commerce Summit. And this is going to be one of the most important events that you have ever attended. And I know that the ideas that you'll be learning from all the speakers are going to help you, and they're going to help your family live a healthier, a happier, and a wealthier life. Now, I have some really good news for you. Would you like some good news? Would you like some good news? If you'd like some good news, please type in yes into the chat box. Excellent. Well, here's the good news. More people are going to make more money in the next few years and become millionaires than in all the history of Bangladesh. Now, in 2018, there were 13,339 millionaires in Bangladesh, and this has grown by over 8,000. And today in Bangladesh, there are more than 21,399 millionaires. Huge. Now, 4 out of 5 of these people are going to be intelligent people like you who are business people, and they come to these summits. Now, today, my job is to help you to become one of those millionaires. And your job is to learn your heart out and to learn what you need to learn and to apply it. Now, tell me, is that a good goal for our time together? If you think that is a good goal for our time together, give me a yes into the chat box. Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. So I'm really excited to be here with you. Now, when I told my wife that we were coming to Bangladesh and that we would be here at the International E-commerce Summit, she was very excited. And she said to me, Bangladesh has a very special place in our hearts. So let me tell you why. In 2007, I moved to Dubai. I was living in the United Arab Emirates and working with Emirates Airline. Now, when I was working with Emirates Airline, I was given the opportunity to fly into Dhaka. So my very first trip to Dhaka was in 2008, and I loved it. The people were friendly, they were very welcoming, and they also love to play cricket. Now, Australians respect the Bangladesh people. They respect their cricket team because they are such strong athletes. Now, in 2009, I then returned to Dhaka. However, on this trip, I actually brought my girlfriend with me, and we went on our second date. Imagine this. An Australian boy could have taken his Taiwanese girlfriend anywhere in the world for their second date, and then he took her to Dhaka. Some people thought I was crazy, but I loved Bangladesh. Now, the reason we wanted to go to Dhaka was because our friends had started a charity, and the charity was called the Dhaka Project, and we really wanted to come and learn about the people and do our best to help the charity. When we were there, we spent the whole day visiting schools, meeting families, and learning all about the culture. And whilst I was there, I thought to myself, how will I know if this girl is right for me? How will I know if this girl is good enough to be my wife? Well, the test was if she could ride a rickshaw, she would be good enough to be my wife. And you know what? She hopped on the rickshaw and then she drove me around Dhaka on the back of the rickshaw. And it wasn't too long that after that, I married her and she is now my wife. And there we are. This was on our second trip to Dhaka. That is my wife on the left-hand side. That is me with the sunglasses on. And the man in the green shirt on the right-hand side of the photo, that's my father. I liked Bangladesh so much that I flew my father from Sydney, Australia, all the way over to Dhaka to spend 10 days with me in Dhaka. So when I say that Bangladesh has a very special place in my heart, I really mean it. So thank you for being here today. Now, what I've discovered since meeting some of you before the event and here today, I've discovered that everyone here intends to be a millionaire. All of you intend to become a millionaire and to become rich in the future. Is that correct? If you're here to be rich, I want you to type in the word money. I want you to go to the chat box and type in the word money. Now, I can't tell you how important this is because future intent determines present action. I would like you to write this down. Please write this down. Take your pen out, take your paper, and I want you to write this down. Future intent determines present action. This is really, really important. Let's write it down. Future intent determines present action. Now, if you decided that you were going to leave this summit and you wanted to travel to Dhaka, then every step that you take once you leave this summit, every turn you make when you hop in your car will then take you to Dhaka. Now, if you were going to drive to Chittagong, you would take totally different turns. Are you with me so far? If you're with me so far, say yes. Therefore, excellent, yes. Therefore, future intent determines present action. And this is really important, and I want you to remember that throughout our time together. Future intent determines present action. Now, if you study successful e-commerce people and you do what they do, then you will be more successful. I've also discovered that if you begin to study success and you begin to practice proven principles and you do what successful business people have done throughout e-commerce history, then you will also be successful. Now, I serve as a consultant to more than 15,000 successful men and women. I have consulted companies valued at $43 billion on the topics of emotional intelligence and goal setting. I have studied the lives of successful men and women, and I have looked at the values and characteristics of them. And what I've found is that there are two things in common with all of these people. Please type in the number 2 into the chat box. Please type in the number 2, and I want this to be a reminder for you. The first thing that I've learned about successful people is that they are all goal-oriented. Please write down on your paper, goal-oriented. The first thing that I've learned about successful people, they are all goal-oriented. Now, the second thing that I learned about successful people is that they are all action-oriented. So please write down action-oriented. And they know exactly what they want, and they know exactly how they're going to get it. Now, every moment of every day, these successful people move closer towards the goal. Now, today at the International E-Commerce Summit, I'm going to show you how to become one of those millionaires. And your job is to learn what you need to learn and to apply it. So are you ready to begin? If you're ready to begin, give me a yes in the chat box. Come on, give me a yes. Let's get into the training. Well, thank you for joining me today. You are going to learn about the 100x DNA mindset. You are going to learn how to unleash new income levels. Over the past decade, I have served more than 15,000 successful clients, and I'm going to share with you today ideas that these successful people are applying. And if you just do what successful people do, then you're going to get the same result. I have also co-led a team of more than 17,000 cabin crew at Emirates Airline. I'm going to show you what successful leaders do, because you are a leader. You are a leader for your family. You are a leader for your friends, and you are also a leader in your community. And I'm going to share with you what successful leaders do. I want you to have the millionaire mindsets. I'm also going to share with you ideas that helped me become an Australian champion athlete. I was the #1 athlete in my entire country. And I'm going to share with you ideas so you can build, develop, and grow the millionaire's mindset. In addition, I have applied these exact ideas, and I was able to be recognized as the Rookie Business Coach of the Year. In 1 year, I acquired more than 1,300 new clients, and I'm going to share with you the mindset that enabled me to do this. Now, there are 3 things that we are going to cover in today's training. We are going to find your purpose. You are going to learn what you are here to achieve. You're going to learn how to set your goals so that you can succeed faster. You're also going to learn about personal power. See, the most important thing in business is your mindset. The mindset comes first, and then business success follows. However, if you never get the right mindset, then you'll never have the business success you desire. So I'm going to teach you today how to find your personal power. You're going to learn about your strengths. You're going to learn about your limitations. You're going to learn how to discover which fears have been holding you back. And then I'm going to teach you, and you are going to learn how to overcome each of those fears. In addition, you're going to learn to live life with passion. I know that you're like me. You don't like to have a boss. You don't like to be told what to do. You don't want to have to beg somebody for a pay rise, to have time off, or to go home early. You are here because you want to live life on your terms. Is that correct? Are you here because you want to be your own boss? Are you here because you want to make more money? Do you want to be in control of your life? If you are, give me a yes. Because I don't like to be told what to do. I don't want to have a boss telling me what time I have to start work. I don't want a boss to tell me who I have to work with every day. I want to be in charge of my life. And I want you to be passionate about your e-commerce business. And the more passionate, the more heart that you have in your business, the faster you're going to succeed. So 3 things, ladies and gentlemen: purpose, power, and passion. These are the 3 things that we're going to cover today. Now, I have many successful clients around the world, Some of them were successful when they started. Most of them had no experience when they started. They started from the start with no knowledge, no skill, but they learned what they needed to learn to become successful. For example, Connie, just before the pandemic, she was working for a bank. She was working 16 hours. She didn't like working 16 hours a day. She did that for 17 years. And for 17 years, she didn't get to see her children grow up. Who here is a little bit like that? Are you working long, hard hours for somebody else and you're away from your family? Does that sound like you? If it sounds like you, give me a yes. See, Connie was fed up and she wanted to learn to become successful in e-commerce. And this month, Connie made 400 new sales in her business. And today, she gets to live life on her terms. Maybe you're like Jason. Jason is now earning $100,000 per month in e-commerce. However, when he started, he was an electrician and he had to crawl through people's roofs, getting out of the way of spiders' webs and mouse traps. He didn't like being an electrician. He didn't like having to get up at 5 a.m. every morning. He didn't like digging holes and climbing ladders and being out there in the hot weather. What he wanted to do was he wanted to work from home. He wanted to choose his working hours. And when I first met Jason, he was only earning $600 per month. Today, he earns more than $100,000 per month in e-commerce. Jenny, my good friend Jenny, she had been working in her career for 30 years. Who here has been working in their careers for more than 10 years? If you've been working in your current career for more than 10 years, type in the number 10 into the chat box. Well, Jenny had been working in her career for 30 years. She didn't like what she did. She didn't like being told when she had to start. She missed so many great life opportunities because she was always working. However, she wanted to learn e-commerce. And this month, she acquired 18 new clients online. So it's showing us, even if you've been in your career for 10 or 20 or 30 years, you can still be successful in this role. Now, where are my ladies? Ladies, give me a wave. Give me a wave, all you ladies, give me a wave. Okay, ladies, this is a very good one for you. One of my clients, she started out and she had little education. She didn't have a lot of time to run her business because she was taking care of her husband, her family, and also her 2 young children. However, once she took her business online, she started to grow. And she started at zero, and today she produces more than £100,000 in income online every single year. So ladies, it is also possible for you. Now, remember before I told you that I went on a date. I took my girlfriend to Bangladesh and then she rode the rickshaw. And then I thought, if she can ride a rickshaw, she's wife material. Well, my wife, she had an accident. She was on an aircraft. She had an accident on the aircraft and then she was put in hospital. After having an accident on the aircraft, she spent 2.5 years in rehabilitation and surgeries. She lost her job. She had no income. She had to leave Dubai and she had to start again. Today, my wife has an online business. She runs the house. She takes care of me. She takes care of her family. She has 2 children. And today, my wife is making more than $1 million with her online business. So what I want to tell you is it doesn't matter where you're starting from. All that matters is where you're going. Now, these ideas that I'll be sharing with you today, I have shared these with celebrities. I have shared them with self-made millionaires. And it doesn't matter if you're just beginning or you're already successful. I know these ideas will help you. So as we go through, we're going to do 3 things. We're going to explore what it takes to have a successful mindset for e-commerce. In addition, I'm also going to give you the right education, and I'm going to teach you how to apply these ideas so you can be successful today. In addition, we're also going to execute on these strategies. You are going to learn and apply today. So by the end of this session, you're already going to start retraining your brain. Now, as a result of what you're learning, you are going to become more confident. Who here wants more confidence? Give me a wave. Say hello in the chat box. If you want more confidence, then you are in the right place. It takes a lot of confidence to be successful in business. You need confidence to start. You need confidence to maintain your momentum. And you need confidence to see your goals all the way through to the end. Who here would like to have less worry? Would you like to have less stress, less anxiety? Would you like to stop worrying about money? Yes, excellent. Afsana, thank you. Selena, Sonia, thank you. Afrona, thank you. Misty, thank you for joining me. Are you here because you'd like to stop doubting yourself? So many people in e-commerce today, they are doubting themselves. They're second guessing themselves. And they want to start, but they just don't know if they're going to be successful. Who here feels a little bit like that? You're doubting yourself. You're second guessing yourself. You're seeing all these other people become successful, but you just don't know if this is going to work for you. Does that sound like you? Give me a yes in the chat box. That's totally natural and normal, ladies and gentlemen. When I started in e-commerce, I didn't think it was going to work for me. But today I've made millions of dollars online, and I can promise you this will work for you. All you've got to do is learn and apply these ideas. And the most important part, my friends, is we've got to start taking action. Please type in the word action. Go to the chat box and type in action. Today, my session with you is designed so you can start taking action today. Don't wait another day. Don't wait another week. Don't wait another month. I want you to begin today. All you've got to do is to take one step today and another step tomorrow, and you're going to start to get e-commerce success. Now, if you're already successful, these new ideas are going to help you. If you're just starting out, I can help you. And my job here is to help you to become one of these future millionaires in Bangladesh. So, ladies and gentlemen, type in millionaire. I want you to type in millionaire. Please go to the chat box and type in millionaire, because 4 out of 5 people who attend summits like the International E-Commerce Summit are going to be future millionaires. Now, I have 2 goals. I have 2 goals for our time together. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of new ideas. I'm going to give you the best ideas so you can develop the millionaire mindsets. I'm going to help you become rich. And what I'd like to do is to ask you to help me achieve 2 things. Can you help me achieve 2 things today? If you can help me achieve 2 things, type in yes into the chat box. Okay, Zaidi, my brother, good to see you there. Karim, Muhammad, excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first goal that I would like to achieve today, and this is going to take a community. I can't do it all by myself. We're going to have to do it together. My first goal is that our training, this training on the 100x DNA mindset, we have the most interaction. I want this training to be the most interactive training out of all the trainings at the International E-Commerce Summit. Can you help me? If you can help me do that, I want you to type in the word yes, because I want this session to help you start your business. And the more that you interact, the more you're going to learn. The faster you learn, the easier it is for you to overcome your fears, overcome your doubts, and it's going to be easier to have success. And so my goal, my first goal, is to have this group as the group with the most interaction. So if you're joining us live on Facebook, I want you to get busy in the chat box. If you're joining me live on Zoom, I want you to get busy in the chat box. Now, our number one goal is to have the most interaction. And our second goal is I want to be the person, I want to be the speaker who gives you the most ideas. I want to give you more ideas per minute than any other speaker the next 3 days. I want to be that person who gives you more ideas that can make you rich. And that's my second goal for us today. Are these good goals, ladies and gentlemen? If that's 2 good goals, give me a yes into the chat box. Okay, KM, thank you. Nasser, thank you. Zayd, excellent. KM, wonderful. So let me hear from you. I want to know, what are your hopes? What are your dreams? Now, you're going to start your e-commerce business. Maybe you're going to start a side hustle, or maybe you want to go full time. What are some of those hopes? What are some of those dreams that you have? Do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to buy a house for your family? Do you want to get great education for your children? Are you here so you can make a lot of money so you can take care of your parents? What are some of your dreams? What are your hopes? I want you to go to the chat box and tell me, what is it that you want? Are you here because you want to become rich and make a lot of money? Are you here because you want extra money so you can have financial freedom? Are you here because you want to have control over your life? What are some of your hopes and dreams? Please go to the chat box and share these with me, and I'm going to read them out. Remember, our number one goal is we want to have more interaction than any other group at this summit. KM, thank you. Financial freedom. Samar, I want to be rich. Yes. Misty, I want to become successful. KH, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Excellent. Tamana, I want to be a businesswoman. Excellent. Turkey, I need a lot of money. Faisal, financial freedom. Zaidi, to have financial freedom as soon as possible. Misbah, safety and freedom. Nabila, success. Syed, a successful entrepreneur. Gupta, successful in life. Afsana, freedom. Asif, financial freedom. KH, successful entrepreneur. Trina, I want to pay off my debts. Excellent. Remember, all successful people are goal-oriented. Very important that you know where you're going. What did I say before? Future intent determines present action. And if you know where you're going, it's very easy to take the very first step. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to lesson number 1. In lesson number 1, we are going to learn about your purpose. What are you doing here? Where do you want to go as a result of achieving this new level of success that you desire? For some of you, you want to be your own boss. If you want to be your own boss, type in the word boss. If you want to be your own boss, type in the word boss. If you're here because you want to provide a better life for your family, if you want to have a better life for your children than you had when you were growing up, I want you to type in family. For those of you who want financial freedom, I want you to type in the word money. And for some of you, maybe you're here because you're just looking to find meaning and purpose in your life. You want to wake up every single day and you want to do something that you love. You want to wake up in the morning and you want to do something that you're passionate about. You want to go to work and you want to contribute to other people's life. If that's you, I want you to type in the word purpose. And I'm going to help you find it. It doesn't matter if you're starting. It doesn't matter if you're already successful. We are going to help you find more meaning and purpose in everything that you do. So let's begin to explore. Let's begin to explore, and I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and I want you to respond in to the chat box. Number one, goals give us a purpose. Goals give us something to live for. And it's very important in today's climate. Look what COVID-19 has done to the world. So many people have lost time, opportunity, money, health, family. It's time that we reset our mindset. We have to choose a new direction. And goals give you a purpose. Goals give you something to live for. And the most fascinating thing is that people with goals earn 10 times more money. Imagine that. People with goals, people who are clear on their goals, they earn 10 times more money than the average person in the population. Please type in 10. Please type in the number 10. People with goals earn 10 times the amount of money. And I'm going to show you how to set goals today so you can achieve financial freedom, so you can be rich, so you can take care of your parents, so you can provide for your family. In addition, 97%. Did you know this? Did you know that 97% of the world's population, 97% of the people living in Bangladesh today, they don't have goals. So I want you today, I want you to be the person with goals. I want you to be in that top 3% of people in your country who have goals. I want you to be in that top 3% of people who earn 10 times more than the average person. And we're going to do that with goal setting today. So now it's time to learn. I'm going to educate you on goal setting. I'm going to show you how to set and achieve your goals. And by the end of lesson number 1, you're going to have your goals in place because future intent determines present action. Now, remember, my goal for today is for this group to be the most interactive group. So I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to share your answers in the chat box. There's no right, there's no wrong answers. I just want to hear from you. I'd like to learn from you. You are already successful. You are already well educated, and I'd like to learn from you. So this is my question. I would like to ask each and every one of you, why don't people set goals? In your opinion, why don't people set goals? Imagine that. We know goal setting is important. We know people with goals earn more money. And my question is, why don't people set goals? So what I'd like you to do is I would like you to go to the chat box and tell me, why don't people set goals? And I'm going to read out your answers from the chat box. Rakib, it's not easy to set goals. Yes, so true. Zaidi, they never thought goal setting was important. Mesbah, maybe they are confused with choices. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hasnain, they have fear. Excellent. Sadia, because they lack self-confidence. I love that. Yes, so true. Gee, you people are smart. This is why you're going to be future millionaires. Misty, they don't know what they want. Afrin, they don't know what they actually want. Beautiful. Zareen, they don't know how to work. Excellent. Rahat, they're afraid of not meeting that goal. Nabila, they have a lack of knowledge and they have a lack of skill. Hassan, confusion. Ume, they're scared to set a goal. Nasrin, because of fear of taking action. Yes. Gee. I knew you were all future millionaires. Wow, Nasreen. They fear taking action. Farhan, because they don't think about their life logically. Rezwan, they are confused. Syed, they don't have the mindset. Sheikh, we think it's not important. Thank you so much. Beautiful. All of these answers are correct. Now, over the past 20 years of studying and teaching goal setting, I've discovered that there's 7 reasons why people don't set goals. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write these down. I'd like you to write these down as a reminder. Now, the first reason why people don't set goals is because they are simply not serious. They're not serious about their life. They're not serious about their health. They're not serious about their money. They're not serious about their relationships. They're not serious about their career. They are not serious about their business. And the number one reason why people don't set goals is because they are simply not serious. So please go to the chat box as a reminder and type in the word not serious. Now, the second reason why people don't set goals is they have not yet accepted responsibility. They have not accepted responsibility for their lives. And this is the second reason why people don't set goals. The third reason why people don't set goals is they have deep-seated feelings of guilt. They have deep-seated feelings of unworthiness. So please go to the chat box and type in the word guilt. Now, guilt kills success. Guilt kills career success. Guilt kills financial success. And the reason why it kills success is because people simply don't feel that they're worthy of success. And this is the third reason why people don't set goals. So please type in the word guilt. Excellent. You're doing so well. Well done. Great. Beautiful. Now, the fourth reason why people don't set goals is they don't realize the importance of goal setting. They don't realize that by setting goals, you become in the top 3% of the population. Imagine that. 97% of the population around the world don't set goals. And all you've got to do to get into that top 3% is by start setting your goals. Career goals, family goals, business goals, goals for e-commerce. And as soon as you do that, you go into the top 3% of the population. A lot of people don't realize that people with goals, that top 3%, earn 10 times more money than everybody else. And that is the fourth reason why people don't set goals. Now, reason number 5 is people don't know how to set goals. People don't know how to set goals. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up just like you. My parents had to work really hard. My father was a farmer. He didn't know about goal setting. My father used to farm watermelon. He farmed potatoes. He farmed oranges. He was a farmer. He didn't know about goal setting. So my father never taught me how to set my goals. My mother, she was a hairdresser. Her job was to cut people's hair, and she didn't know about goal setting. And if she didn't know about goal setting, she was never able to teach me. So you and I have both grown up with parents who have worked hard, but they didn't know the importance of goal setting. So they weren't able to share this information with us. So as professionals, as future millionaires, it is our duty to learn how to set goals. So the fifth reason is people don't know how. Now, the sixth reason why people don't set goals is because they fear rejection. They also fear criticism. So please go to the chat box and type in the word fear. Type in the word fear. So what do these people actually fear? They fear rejection. And you know the first people who reject you? Unfortunately, the first people who reject our goals are our family. The first people to criticize us about our goals are our family. And it happened to me. When I wanted to start my e-commerce business, the first people that criticized me were my family. They said, "Why would you do that? You can't make any money doing that. You're going to waste all of your money. Can't you just be like your brother? Can't you just be like your cousins and get a normal job?" They said this internet thing is just a fad. It's a phase. Nobody makes money on the internet. And the first people to reject and criticize my goals were the people that I loved the most. Has this happened to you? Type in true. If this has happened to you, type in true. Now, the second people who criticize us are often our friends. Our friends say to us, "Why would you do that? I've tried that before. It didn't work for me. It'll never work for you. Did you hear about our other friend who lost money on the internet? He put all of his money in, he quit his job, and it never worked." The second people to reject and criticize our goals, to crush and to break our spirit and our dreams, are our friends. Has this happened to you yet? It happened to me. My friends laughed at me. They criticized me. They made jokes about my business. And it broke my heart because all I wanted was their support. And this is another big reason why people don't set goals. They fear rejection and they fear criticism. Iqbal, all your reasons given are absolutely correct. I know what you're going through. It's happened to me. It's happened to all of my successful clients, but I'm going to show you how to overcome that. Iftar, it's painful. Shahab, you're absolutely right. Mesbah, better to be an introvert and to avoid the friend's criticism. And that's what it feels like, doesn't it? Yes, KH, never share my goals with my friends and family. This is a very important lesson. What we've got to be able to do is we've got to be able to set our goals. We've got to be able to find a mentor, find a coach who will absolutely support us. And then what we do is we show the world our results. So that's number 6. Now, the 7th reason why people don't set goals is they're afraid to fail. So please go to the chat box and type in fear of failure. Please type in fear of failure because that is the 7th and it's also the biggest. Remember that. The fear of failure is the biggest reason why people don't set goals. And this is why the 100x DNA mindset is so important for you. We've got to get these fears out of the way at the start. If you can remove the fears at the start, business is easy. However, if you don't overcome these fears, business gets harder. Every year it becomes harder because all of your emotional energy is caught up trying to battle with these fears. So these are the 7 reasons why people don't set goals. So let me ask you, my friends, are you enjoying this so far? Are you enjoying yourself? If you're enjoying this so far, I want you to type in the word Bangladesh. I want you to type in Bangladesh because you are the future of Bangladesh. You are the future 3%. You are the future people who are going to earn 10 times more money than anybody else in Bangladesh. Well done. The future is yours, my friend. You're going to have the right mindset and your country folk are going to look up to you and they're going to admire all of your success. So let's execute. Are you ready to execute? Are you ready to set your first goal? Are you ready to do it? Let's do it together. When you set your goals must be simple and specific. Your goals must be very easy to understand. And your goals should be able to be written in just one sentence. Now, as we set our SMART goals, your goals should also be measurable. You have to measure your goals. What we say is, what gets measured gets done. Just remember that. What is measured gets done. We also can't hit a goal that we can't see. So when we set our goals, your goals must be measurable. There must be a number. And your goals must also be meaningful to you. I don't know if you were a little bit like me, but when I grew up, my parents used to tell me what type of job I should do. My parents even had me come and work in their business. My parents even wanted me to take over their business. I didn't like their business. I didn't want to work in their business. Their business didn't make my heart happy. But what did I do? I wanted to make my parents happy, and I worked for them. But every day I worked for them, I felt that I was just dying. I felt that every day that I worked, I was just dying a little bit on the inside. And after 17 years working in my family business, there wasn't much life left in me. So when you set your goals must have meaning for you. They must make your heart sing. When you look at your goal, you want to start to smile and feel so good about your future. When you're setting your goal also needs to be achievable. Your goal has to be achievable for you. And this is really important. If you're already successful, then you can set a bigger goal. But if you're just beginning, what I want you to do is I want you to set small goals. And here's the reason why. If your goal is too big, you will never be convinced that success is possible. When we set goals that are too big for ourselves, it's then we set ourselves up for failure. When we set these big goals and we know it's too big, we know we're going to fail. And then we end up procrastinating. We procrastinate because we know in our heart that that goal is too big. We procrastinate because inside of our heart, we know it's not possible. So what I want you to do, if you're just beginning, I just want you to set a very small goal. You're better off to set a small goal and achieve it than setting a big goal and failing. With mindset, you've got to teach your mind how to be successful. If you set a big goal and you fail, you will teach your mind that success is not possible for you. However, if you set a small goal and you achieve that goal, you will train your brain that success is possible and predictable for you. So your goals have to be achievable. We also have to take action on our goals. The second quality of all successful people is that successful people are action-oriented. In addition, when you're setting your goals have to be realistic. Your goal has to be realistic. Yes, one day you can make $1 million a year, but probably not today. A lot of people say, I'm going to set a goal to earn $1 million in e-commerce today. Now, it's totally unrealistic. Some people set a goal, I'm going to make $1 million in the next 7 days. It's totally unrealistic. If your goals are unrealistic, then you'll set yourself up for failure. What you have to do is you have to set up realistic goals. I know this because it happened to me. When I started my online business, my goal for the very first year was to earn $1 million. Now, when I set that goal, the most I had ever earned was $100,000. So I'm trying to go from here all the way to here in one step. And when I set it secretly in my heart, I knew it was unrealistic. And I ended up feeling disappointed. I had this big goal and I didn't feel I was going to achieve it. And every day I became disappointed. And eventually I gave up on that goal because I knew it was just totally unrealistic for me from where I was starting from. So I reset my goals and I brought it all the way down to $110,000. And so I went from 100 to 110,000 and I achieved it. And then I started to feel powerful. Then I stretched the goal to 125,000 and I achieved it. And I felt more successful. I felt more powerful. Then I stretched it out to 150,000. I achieved the goal I felt more successful. I felt more powerful. I felt more convinced that success was possible. And now when I set $1 million goal, I know within myself I can achieve it any year under any condition. So I want you to set goals that are realistic for you. I also want you to set goals that are responsible. Your goals should be responsible. If you want to build a successful business, but you lose your health at the same time, that's not a good goal. If you want to set a goal to build a big business, but it takes you away from your family and you don't get to spend time with your family, you will feel guilty. So when you set your goals, make sure they are realistic. Now, in addition, when you set your goals, make sure your goals have a time frame on them. Make sure that your goals have a start time and a finish time. And when you have a start time and a finish time, you'll know exactly what you have to do in what order and sequence to achieve this goal. So this is what I call the SMART goal formula. And all of my clients who are very successful, even the ones who are just starting with little to no experience, as soon as they set SMART goals, they have huge growth in their business. So let's have a look. This is the formula for setting goals. It looks like this. It is now day, month, year, and then we write down our goal. So what I want you to do today is I want you to set an income goal. And I want you to set an income goal. For example, it is now the 16th of December, 2022, and I earn $10,000 from e-commerce. Maybe you want to have a little bit more of a stretch goal. It is now the 16th of December, 2022, and I earn $100,000 from e-commerce. Maybe you're already successful in this field and you want to stretch and you want to go further. It is now the 16th of December, 2022, and I earn $1 million from e-commerce. So what I want you to do now is I want you to write down your goal. And I want you to write down your income goal into the chat box. Please go to the chat box. What is your goal? What is your income goal for the next 12 months? Please type in your income goal for the next year. Misty, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I have $5 million earned from e-commerce. Excellent. Zamia, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I am famous. Excellent. Nespa, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I have earned 1 million euros. Excellent. Zareen, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I have earned $5 million. Well done. Awesome. Iqbal, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I'm a freelancer. Well done. Maria, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I have earned $100,000. Excellent. Sadia, it is now the 16th of December 2022 and I have earned $10 million. Yes. Well done. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you're going to be in the top 3%. Excellent. Excellent. Are you enjoying yourself so far? If you're enjoying yourself so far, give me a yes into the chat box. Type in yes if you're enjoying yourself. Thank you so much. You're all doing so well. This is how we learn. As the event organizer, Wace says, he says, learn your heart out. Well done, my friend. So let's summarize lesson number 1. In lesson number 1, you have learned that goals give you a purpose. You have learned that goals give you something to live for. In addition, you've learned people with goals are 1,004% more likely to succeed. Imagine that. Imagine that. People with goals are 1,004% more likely to succeed. What I'm giving you today is I'm giving you the strategies of success. I'm giving you the 100x DNA mindset. You've got goals. You've got a competitive advantage. And goals give you 1,004% more chances to succeed. This is so cool. I love it. I love it. And number 3, goal setting is the master skill of success. When you learn to set your goals, e-commerce success is possible. Lesson number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Are you enjoying it? If you're enjoying yourself so far, give me a yes. Excellent. Hey, I love being in Bangladesh. I remember the first time I went to Bangladesh, I met so many nice people. And everybody, they knew I was from Australia, and everybody wanted to stop and play cricket. So when I come to Bangladesh, Australia versus Bangladesh, let's see who are the best cricketers in the world. Now, lesson number 2, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is all about personal power. Please type in the word power. Type in the word power. We have to increase our personal power for us to succeed in this field. So just for a moment, I want you to imagine. I want you to go ahead and I want you to imagine this. Maybe even close your eyes. Go ahead and close your eyes for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Just go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Now, what would happen if you had no fear? Imagine going into your e-commerce business with absolutely no fear. Now, I want you to imagine living life with no doubts. Imagine having no doubts about your goals, no doubts about your future, no doubts about e-commerce success. Imagine having all of the confidence that you ever needed to succeed. If you had all the confidence, would you start today? If you had all the confidence, would you start taking more risks? If you had more confidence, would you start to believe in yourself? Just imagine for a moment if you had more confidence. Imagine if you had more motivation. Imagine if you woke up early and you worked hard. You got up earlier than everybody else. And every day you were motivated to set and achieve those goals, to build your $1 million e-commerce businesses. If you could have all of that, would you want it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the next session, we're going to explore personal power. I'm going to show you how to find your personal power so you can have all of that motivation to set and achieve any goal that you've ever wanted. So let's explore personal power. And I really want you to engage. I want you to share your knowledge. I want you to share your wisdom. You're already successful. You've already had a lot of success in the past. You're having success now. I know this. By your level of engagement, I already know that you're one of these future millionaires. So my first question for you is this. Afsana, thank you so much. Afsana says, you are amazing. So, well, Afsana, you're here and you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me ask you, what does personal power mean to you? That's my question. What does personal power mean to you? I'd like you to go to the chat box. I'd like you to share your ideas. What does personal power mean to you? And as you share your ideas in the chat box, I'm going to learn from you. Misty, personal power means a support system. Thank you. The first one in there, Misty. Go girl. Excellent. Afrin, having a strong target. Islam, having ability. Rahat, rising above the conventional. Wow. I love that. That's the first time I've heard that. I love it. Joyanti, personal power means more confidence. Yes. Khan, skill, expertise. Muhammad, knowledge. Afsana, to be confident. Zareen, confidence. Sadia, taking charge of one's life. Yes! I like that. I love it. Mesbah, the sky is the limit. The faith is my power. Yes! Faith. Faith is so important. Jahan, the ability to be myself. Yes, communication. Having an aim and a goal. Afia, to believe in yourself. I like that. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? Allah believes in you more than you believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself as much as Allah believes in you. You have to start to believe in yourself. Medina, confidence is the personal power. Layla, excellent speech, sir. Thank you. Well, thanks for being here. This is my passion. This is where my power comes from. Mizana, confidence in skills. Excellent. This is why you're all going to succeed. Beautiful. Now, let me ask you, where do you get your personal power? So, you know what personal power means. Where do you get your personal power? Where do you get it? I love this question. I'd love to hear from you. Where do you get your personal power? Diane, yes. I get it from myself. Mesbah, from myself. Saria, from my idol, from my knowledge, from my experience. Jahan, from myself. Nasrin, from myself. Mirza, from my family. Iqbal, through my family. Yes. Misty, through my family. Salah, through skill development. Excellent. All of these are great ideas. Now, question number 3. What takes away your personal power? What takes away your personal power? What takes it away? If you get it, what causes you to lose it? This is a tough one. Let's have a look. Oh, Rashid. Productivity. Fear of failure. Hassan. Gossip and fear. Nabila. Discouragement. Rahman. Development of skills. Sylvia's. Fear. KH. Procrastinating. Laziness. So true. Gupta. Fear. Ifta. I like this one. Judging and criticism. This takes away our personal power. Tamana. A fear of my own confidence. Wow, I like that one. That's really cool. Upoma. Lacking money. Yes. Mesbah. Multiple efforts of failure. Criticism. Absolutely. KH. Procrastination. Khan. I like this one. Mental pressure of the family. Beautiful. We're going to have to come to Bangladesh more often. You people are just super smart. I can see you're so well educated. This is so true. Now, if we know what takes it away, then we've got to understand the next thing. 99% of people also quit on their goals. Did you know that? 99% of the population, they quit on their goals. I want you to make a declaration today. I want you to declare to everybody here that you will never quit. So please go to the chat box and type in no quitting. Type in the word no quitting. See, if you refuse to quit, ultimately you will succeed. And we have to get this out of our world. There is no quitting. There is no giving up. There is no giving in. There is no retreat. There is no surrender. We will not quit. And if we refuse to quit, then ultimately we must succeed. And as we succeed, then we can start to get the richness of life. We can have great health. We can have great wealth, and we can provide for our family. And the thing that we've got to refuse to do, we have to refuse to quit. There is no quitting, no giving up. Yes. Gee, I love this. I love this topic. I love it so much. Well, let's learn more. Let's educate and let's learn about what I call the emotional equation. Please type into the chat box, emotional equation. Please type in the emotional equation. I want you to remember this. This is going to help you succeed so much faster. The first thing that I want you to know, that one negative emotion prevents you from taking action for up to 4 hours. Imagine that. One negative emotion like anger. One negative emotion like fear. A fear of being taken advantage of will hold you back for 4 hours. If you fear rejection, that will hold you back for 4 hours. If you fear losing your stability, it's going to hold you back for 4 hours. If you have a fear of losing money, it's going to set you back and you're going to lose 4 hours of your life. Every time we experience a negative emotion, we lose 4 hours of our life. So please remember, one negative emotion, one fear, one worry, one doubt. If we second guess ourselves, we lose 4 productive hours and we can't get those hours back. And this is really important when it comes to mindset. We have to eliminate these fears from our head and also from our heart. And remember that one negative emotion, one fear, one doubt, one limiting belief will cause you to lose 4 hours of your day. Now, in addition, what we know is it takes 5 positive emotions to cancel out one negative emotion. Imagine that. It takes 5 positive emotions to cancel out just one negative emotion. So if I have a fear of failure, that interrupts me for 4 hours. And to be able to get that negative emotion out of my body, I've then got to find 5 positive emotions. I'll be looking around. I'll have to ring my wife. Wife, could you lend me some happiness? Wife, could you lend me some confidence? I'd have to ring my friends. Come on, get me excited. Get me revved up. Imagine that. Imagine how much work that it takes just to cancel out one negative emotion. One negative emotion impacts your performance for 4 hours. And it takes you 5 positive emotions just to cancel out one negative emotion. So imagine if you experience fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of making, fear of making a mistake, and a fear of rejection. That would be 4 negative emotions. Now, negative emotions, and here's the interesting thing, is they act as multipliers. So if I experience 4 negative emotions, I'm going to have to find 20 positive emotions. I'm going to have to run around all day trying to look for these positive emotions just to cancel out those negative emotions. So negative emotions act like multipliers. If I have a fear of somebody taking advantage of me, if I fear rejection, if I fear losing my stability, and if I fear making a mistake, I'm going to need 20. Type in the number 20. I'm going to need 20 positive emotions just to cancel out those fears. And this is why the mindset is crazy, isn't it? This is crazy. So crazy. That's why we've got to control our mind and we've got to be free from all of our fears. So this is what I call the emotional equation. Are you enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen? If you're enjoying it, give me a yes. Give me a yes in the chat box and we shall keep going. There's so much more to learn. Mindset is everything. Mindset is more important than skill. Mindset is more important than knowledge. It's the person with the strongest mindset that always succeeds the fastest. The person with the strongest mindset is the one to succeed. The person who has a weak mindset always fails. And I want you to be bulletproof. I want you to have a mindset that is so strong that no fear will ever get in your way ever again. So let's execute on this. We're going to execute. We're going to learn about emotional intelligence. Please type into the chat box, emotional intelligence. Type into the chat box, emotional intelligence. Now, your emotional intelligence is more important than your IQ. Emotional intelligence contributes to more than 58%. Your emotional intelligence contributes to more than 58% of your success in your entire life. And people with higher levels of emotional intelligence make more money. People who are in sales, people like you who are getting to e-commerce, people with a higher level of emotional intelligence experience less fear, less doubts, less worries, less concerns, and they make more money, they make it faster, and they always have more opportunities. So I'm going to share with you more about emotional intelligence. So let's begin with self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the most important parts of emotional intelligence. Now, if our self-awareness is less active, we may struggle to articulate what we like and what we don't like. Now, self-awareness is understanding why you think and feel the way that you do. Let's do it together. Point to the head. Self-awareness is why you think. Point to your head. Thank you, Zaidi. I can see you there all the way in Malaysia. Salam alaikum. My man, my gold dealer. Self-awareness is understanding why you think. Now point to your heart and feel the way that you do. Got it. Excellent. It's the way you think and feel. Now, when our self-awareness is less active, we may struggle to articulate what we like and what we don't like. Number two, when our emotional intelligence is less active, we tend to have a limited emotional vocabulary. So what does that mean? It means we find it really hard. We find it really hard to articulate what emotions we're feeling. We find it hard to differentiate between anxiety and excitement. We find it hard to tell the difference between the fear of being taken advantage of and the fear of rejection. And so people who have less active self-awareness tend to have a limited vocabulary with their emotions. In addition, people with low levels of self-awareness, they often overlook and they ignore emotional data when making a decision. So what happens is they're feeling panic. They're feeling fear of failure, fear of making a mistake. And what they do is they just ignore it. They just pretend it's not there and they can't see it. But what happens is just because they can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. And then they refuse to accept that information and they keep making bad decisions. Did you know 70% of the decisions you make in business are the wrong decisions? And the reason is because people block out the emotional data. And then they make bad decisions. Then they lose time. Then they lose money. Then they lose opportunity. And everybody else starts to move ahead of them. In addition, when we have less active self-awareness, we may over or underestimate our personal strengths and limits. Now, this will make more sense. Remember I said before, your goals have to be realistic. Your goals must be realistic. They must be achievable. People with low levels of emotional intelligence, they go, you know what? I'm going to start a business today. I know nothing about it, and I'm going to make $1 million this year. If they do that, they set themselves up for failure. It has nothing to do with the e-commerce industry. It has nothing to do with the Facebook algorithm. It has nothing to do with their knowledge, their skill, their opportunity. It all comes back to their emotional intelligence and their mindset because they overestimated their ability and they set themselves up for failure. In addition, when the self-awareness is less active, They are unaware of how their emotions may manifest in their actions. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you to be really honest with me? Give me a yes. I'd like to ask you a question. A personal question. Give me a yes. I want everybody to say yes. This is the high engagement group. We're going to have more comments than anybody else. I'd like to ask you a question. Have you ever procrastinated? Have you ever procrastinated? If you've ever procrastinated, I want you to say yes. If you've ever procrastinated, I want you to say yes. So let's remember this. People who are less active in the area of self-awareness are unaware of how their emotions may manifest in their actions. If you've been procrastinating, procrastination, come in close. Everybody lean in. I want to tell you a secret. Zadie, lean in, lean in. Come in close. You got to lean all the way in because you're in Bangladesh and I'm in Taiwan. We procrastinate because we have a fear of making a mistake. That's the truth. We procrastinate because we're afraid of making a mistake. And I want you to remember that. We've got to be more aware of how our emotions may manifest in our actions. The procrastination is not the problem. The fear of making a mistake is the problem. It's just a little secret I wanted to share with you. Gee, I love this topic. Gee, you people are going to be so successful knowing all of this. Now, when our self-awareness is less active, we can be inattentive to subtle changes in our body and our emotional state. And it's very important that we constantly work on our mindset. We constantly work on our emotional intelligence. So these are all signs and symptoms of when we have less active self-awareness. Now, on the other side, we have more active self-awareness. Now, this is what I really want you to develop. When I come to Bangladesh, it's going to be very soon. This COVID is going to disappear, and I'm coming back to Bangladesh. And when I meet you, I want to meet you, and I want you to have the highest levels of self-awareness. Out of all the people in your family, I want you to be the person with the highest levels of self-awareness. Out of all the friends that you have, I want you to have the highest level of self-awareness. Out of all the people in your city, I want you to have the highest level of emotional intelligence. And this is how you and I are going to achieve it together. Mirza, inshallah, yes, we will do it. Inshallah, we will do it. Absolutely 100%. Now, people with higher levels of self-awareness, they are clear on their personal preferences and their priorities. You set your goals before. You know where you're going. That's the first thing. The second thing is people with higher levels of emotional intelligence have a rich emotional vocabulary, and they can categorize all of their emotions. They know the difference between negative emotions and positive emotions. They know the difference between fears and excitement. They know the difference between sadness and joy. And our goal together, I want to work with you, not just today. I want to work with you for a whole year. I want to teach you all of these ideas so that you can be the most successful person. Today is just the first day of our journey together. In addition, people with higher levels of self-awareness, they listen to their intuition. Point to your belly, point to your gut, point all the way down here. I want you to start to listen to your gut instinct. I want you to start to follow your intuition. You've got to start to listen to your gut instinct. And you can listen and you can interpret its meaning. In addition, they know how much to take on and they know what to turn down. I want you to learn how to say no. Please type in the word no. Go to the comments box. Go to the chat box and type in the word no. I want you to learn to say no. I want you to have the confidence to say no to your family. I want you to have the confidence to say no to your parents. I want you to have the confidence to say no to your boss. I want you to have the confidence to say no to your friends. I want you to develop that confidence because the most successful people in the world, think about Bill Gates, think about Elon Musk, think about Steve Jobs, think about Oprah Winfrey. All of these successful people, they know how to say no. They know what to say yes to. And they are also confident enough to say no. And I want you to learn to say no. I want you to learn to say no to everything that is not important in your life. In addition, when our self-awareness is more active, we recognize how our emotional state may affect our interactions. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you are nervous, if you're second-guessing yourself, if you doubt your abilities, remember that your emotions are like COVID-19. Remember this. Your emotions are like COVID-19. Emotions are contagious. And if you're experiencing fear, other people will know that you're scared. If you're doubting yourself, other people will know that you don't believe in yourself. If you're fearing failure, nobody will want to work with you because they know that you fear success. So we've got to remember that emotions are contagious. Emotions are like COVID-19. And as we develop this self-awareness, as we develop your self-awareness, as it becomes more active, you're going to know the difference between your emotional states and how you can utilize these to impact other people's decisions. And then finally, people with more active self-awareness and more subtle. They notice these subtle changes in their body and their emotional state. And these are the most important ideas that you can learn today. These are the most important ideas that you can learn right now to get that winning mindset, to have that 100x DNA mindset. And when you apply these immediately, remember that, immediately you'll become more successful. Whew. Are you having fun? Are you learning enough? Enough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting a sweat here. It's getting hot here in Taiwan. It's winter in Taiwan, but gee, I'm having a great time here in Bangladesh. So let me ask you, what have you learned so far? I want you to take a pause. I want you to pause for a moment. I want you to pause. And I want you to think, what have you learned so far? So for the next 60 seconds, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go to the chat box and I'd just like for you to share what you've learned. What have you learned so far? I want to hear from you. It's hot here in Bangladesh today. Whew, very hot in Bangladesh. So as you're sharing your learnings, I'm going to have a breather. I'm going to breathe. Excellent. Now keep sharing those ideas and I'm going to read out your learnings. I love to learn what you're learning. Actor, goal setting, learning how to say no. Beautiful. Hassan, how to overcome fear. Afroz, very motivated by your speech. Thank you, my friend. My goal is that you and I become successful together. That's what I want for both of us. Remain, I'm very motivated. Thank you, dear Daniel. My friend, thank you for being here. You made the sacrifices. You could have been anywhere else in the world right now, but you came here because you're committed to your success. Thank you. Setting goals, motivation, positive emotions and the importance of them. goal setting, removing fear. Imam, being positive, learning to say no. To be straight and focused. I love that. Beautiful. Hassan, inspired to believe in myself. Turkey, goal setting. Jahan, to set my career. Beautiful. Imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. We've already been together for almost an hour and a half, and we've learned so much already. Just imagine what we could learn if we did this for an entire year. Wouldn't that be great? Sakar, goal setting, mindset, motivation. Quang, the emotion equation is very powerful. Iqbal, we have learned to set up our goals, to represent ourselves. Rahman, to develop myself. Ibrahim, the importance of emotional intelligence, the removal of fear, and saying no. Yes, excellent. Moon, the power of positivity. Khalik, I am waiting for the money. Excellent. Zaidi, goal setting and emotional awareness. Ume, I have learned the basics of starting to rebuild the structure of thought to become successful. Sahar, how to plan. Jahan, to set goals. To become more action and goal-oriented. KH, setting realistic goals and having positive impact on ourselves. Rahat, everything starts with goals and taking actions, achieving these goals. Beautiful. Rabin, mindset and motivation. Feels good, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Do you love to learn? If you love to learn, say, I love learning. Mary, goal setting, self-confidence, mindset. Actor, goal setting, saying no. Farmer, mindset. KH, setting realistic goals and having positive impact on ourselves. Nazrin, purpose and meaning, personal power. Excellent. Eli, I've learned how to put my mindset on point. KH, setting realistic goals and having positive impact on ourselves. Excellent. Neem, I have set my goals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a clap. Excellent. Are you ready to learn more? Shall we continue? Well, let me summarize this section of Lesson 2. In Lesson number 2, you've learned that one negative emotion can destroy 4 hours of work. Remember that. One negative emotion can destroy 4 hours of work. We've also learned that one fear can ruin an e-commerce business. And thirdly, remember, all high performers in Bangladesh have more active self-awareness. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, breathe in. On the count of 3, breathe in. 1, 2, 3. And breathe out. And as you breathe out, let's get straight into lesson number 3. Now, in lesson number 3, we are going to learn all about passion. It's so important that you are passionate about what you do. I love what I do, and I hope you can feel the passion. Can you feel the passion in Bangladesh? Can you feel it? I am so passionate about mindset. Once I changed my mindset, I changed my life. And what I like to say is, if you change your thinking, you change your life. And I want to live my best life. Would you like to live your best life? Would you? Would you like to live your best life? This is what I want for you. I want you to live your best life. I want you to be able to, this is what I want for you. I want 3 things for you. The first thing, I want you to be able to catapult your influence. I want you to be so influential that everybody in Bangladesh knows your name. That's the first thing. The second thing I want for you is I want you to accelerate your impact. The second thing I want for you is I want you to accelerate your impact. I want you to have more of a positive impact faster in Bangladesh in 2022. I want you to impact so many lives. I want you to have the best life for your family, for your friends, and for your future. And the third thing I want for you is I want you to unleash new income levels. I want you to unleash new income levels. I want you to be wealthy. No, I don't. I want you to be super wealthy. No, I don't. I want you to be so rich that you never ever have to make an excuse about money ever again. And they're the three things I want for you. I want for you to have influence. I want you to have impact, and I want you to have a ton of cash. That's what I want for you. Now, let's be honest. Have you ever had a fear of making a mistake? Have you ever feared making mistakes? Yes or no? Have you feared making mistakes? If you have, type in the word yes. Have you ever feared rejection? Have you ever feared rejection? Do you think rejection impacts your performance? Do you feel that rejection prevents you from achieving your goals? Have you ever had a fear of losing your stability? Have you ever feared losing your stability? You know you've got a goal. You know there's a lot of opportunity to make money, but you haven't gone all in. You haven't fully committed. You're afraid to leave your job because you're afraid that you might lose your financial stability. Has that happened to you? Do you fear losing your stability? Or maybe the fear for you is that you have a fear of people taking advantage of you. Maybe that's your greatest fear. Maybe you're afraid that if you make a lot of money, your parents may want you to start to give it to your brothers and sisters. Maybe you're afraid that if you make a lot of money, people might try to harm you or your family. Maybe if you start to make a lot of money, you're afraid that business partners are going to take advantage of you. Now, if you said yes to any of these, you're not alone. You are not alone. These are the 4 natural fears that I have to overcome, that all successful people like you have to overcome. All future millionaires have to work on their mindset so they can overcome these 4 fears. So let's learn about ourselves. Let's learn about who we are, and let's explore human behaviors. So let me ask you the question. What will happen if you succeed in e-commerce? What will happen if you succeed in e-commerce? I want you to go to the chat box and I want you to write down what will happen if you succeed in e-commerce. Imagine if you achieved that goal on the 16th of December 2022. What will happen if you succeed in e-commerce? I like this one. Zoad, I'm going to be famous like you. Thank you. Thank you. The interesting thing about people who are famous today, nobody knew who they were in the past. Everybody who's rich today was poor in the past. Everybody who's successful today was unsuccessful in the past. Jahan, I'll represent my country all around the world. I love that. Zawad, everybody will know my name. Misty, everybody will be proud of you. Well, Misty, I'm already proud of you. Thank you for engaging. Afsana, freedom. Nazrin, I'll get a feeling of accomplishment. Beautiful. Love that feeling. Love it. Hassan, everybody will know me like you. Wonderful. Yes, they will. And you and I are going to be successful together. Inshallah, it'll happen very fast. Iqbal, I'll feel blessed. KH, career and dream fulfillment. Raman, financial freedom. Naz, I'll get money to travel, but I'll also attract some enemies. Absolutely possible. Freedom. Sanu, and thanks, we will go to the Tolson. Yes, I'm going to come to you. I like Bangladesh. I like to travel. Nabila, I will get freedom financially. I love this. Great ideas. Now, if we consider success, we must consider failure. So let me ask you, and I want you to really be honest with yourself right now. What will happen if you fail in e-commerce? What happens if your fear causes you to fail in e-commerce? This is a tough one, and I want you to be really honest with me. All future millionaires are honest. All future millionaires are real. All future millionaires are raw. All future millionaires are actually vulnerable. So I want you to be vulnerable. What will happen if you fail in e-commerce? I will reboot myself. I'll try again. I'll fight back. Yes! Failure is part of the experience. I'll start again with courage. I'll try again and again. I will try until I reach success. I'll reboot. I'll rebuild myself. I'll rethink the reasons of the failures. Beautiful. Criticism. Yes, but I'm not quitting. Yes, I'll try and try again. Now, I want you to really think, and I want you to be really honest. Let's imagine that you did fail. What would happen if you failed in e-commerce? Would you lose your money? Would you lose your time? Would you lose opportunity? We've got to really think deeper. I want you to go really deep. I want you to dig deep. I like this one. I'll be scared. I'll make more mistakes. I'll lose my time. I really want you to think of this. I'll experience shame. Yes, these are all things. Failure is real, my friends. Failure is very real. And for as much as we have to prepare for success, we must also prepare for failure. And the reason we prepare for failure is to make sure that we do not fail. So let's continue. What if you could avoid major mistakes? What if you could avoid mistakes? What would happen? What if you could avoid major mistakes? How would that make you feel? Would you feel more confident? Do you think you could achieve your goals faster? See, one of the reasons why I hired a coach, one of the reasons why I found a mentor was because a mentor helps you succeed, and a mentor also helps you to avoid failure. See, whenever we start any business, there's always a chance of success and there's always a risk of failure. We also have to understand the risks and the dangers. And when you're learning to be successful, you should also learn from other people's mistakes. What should we do? We should always learn from other people's mistakes. And here's the reason. The first reason why we want to avoid other people's mistakes is if we can learn from other people's mistakes, we don't have to make the mistake ourselves. If we can learn, the second reason, from other people's mistakes, we can avoid those mistakes and we can succeed faster. And this is what a mentor will help you do. Yes, they're going to help you become successful. The mentor also helps you to avoid failure. So, keeping this in mind, let's learn again. Now, what I'm going to teach you, I have taught to businesses that are worth more than 43 billion US dollars. I have taught this to businesses worth more than $43 billion. And thanks to our friends here at the International E-Commerce Summit in Bangladesh, I'm going to be giving you these exact same ideas today. Now, the world's most successful business people understand this. All future millionaires understand this, and I'm going to fast track you to success right now. So right now, we're going to learn about the science of DISC. Please type in the word DISC, D-I-S-C. Please type in the word DISC, D-I-S-C. Now, the year that I learned about DISC I became super successful. The year after I learned DISC, I acquired more than 1,300 new clients into my business. I have also addressed more than 15,000 successful people around the world, and I have taught them about the science of DISC. And I want to share this with you today. And there's 3 reasons why we explore DISC. The first reason is DISC is a model to help us understand some of the ways people are different. In your e-commerce business, all of your customers are going to be different. When you build your e-commerce business and you start to employ people and you start to hire people, all of the people that you hire are going to be different. And DISC is a model to help you understand some of the ways people are different. The second reason why we explore DISC is because DISC is a tool that can help build a successful and financial e-commerce business faster. I have companies who are successful, earning 7 and 8 figures in e-commerce, and they all understand DISC. The third reason why we're exploring DISC is because DISC can also help you to recognize and manage our potential stresses. When you start a business, you are going to experience stress. Do you agree that you're going to experience stress? Type in the word stress. All of us are going to experience stress. All successful people, all celebrities, all millionaires, all billionaires experience stress. And the more people you employ, the more money you make, the more stress that you're going to have. And if you can learn to manage that stress and you know how to do it today, then you'll be able to succeed faster tomorrow. So DISC is going to help you understand and recognize and manage your potential stress. Now, this is really interesting. I want you to interact. I really want you to interact. We've got another 40 minutes, we've got another 20 minutes together. And I want you to interact because the more that you interact in this session, the faster you're going to succeed. Now, what we have learned about human behavior is that some people are more task focused and some people are more goal focused. So who are you? Are you more task focused, what I have to do today? Or are you more goal focused, what we need to achieve in the future? So please go to the chat box. Are you more task focused? Are you focused on the actions that you have to take today? Or are you more goal oriented and you focus on what has to be done into the future? Sadia, task focused, goal focused. Zaidi, task focused. Excellent. Misty, goal focused. Now, not everybody's the same. And as you have a look in the chat box here, some people are more task focused, others are more goal focused. Let me ask you this. Are you more relationship focused or are you more focused on people? What do you focus on? Do you focus on relationships or do you focus on people? What do you focus on? Relationships or people? Shamim, relationships. Zaidi, relationships. Maha, people. Mesbah, people. Beautiful. Now there's an interesting combination. Some people will be task focused and relationship focused. Other people will be goal focused and people focused. And you can also have a combination. You can have people who are task focused and people focused. You can have people who are goal focused and relationship focused. And it's really important to understand who we are. Now, what about you? Are you outgoing? Do you like to tell stories? Do you like to talk a lot? Are you outgoing? Are you a little bit more extroverted? If you're outgoing and you like to talk and you like to tell stories, I want you to type in outgoing. Maybe you are more reserved. Maybe you're a little bit more quiet. Maybe you like to ask questions. Maybe you just like to listen to what other people have to say. So are you more outgoing or are you more reserved? See, there's different people in this world. You're different. I'm different. All of our speakers here at the International E-Commerce Summit in Bangladesh are all different. All of your customers are different. All of your family members are different. And it's really important that you start to notice the difference. And the more that you can notice this difference, the more passion you can have, and the easier it is for you to express your passion to other people. Now, we're going to learn about the DISC model, DISC. And what we've discovered is that everybody is different. Now, our D style, we call D dominance. D is dominance. And this is how we respond to problems and challenges. Some people respond to problems and challenges differently to other people. We also have our I style. Our I stands for influence, and this is how we respond to people and contacts. We have an S style. S stands for steadiness, and this is how we deal with the pace and the consistency in the environment. And we also have our C style, and this is called compliance. And this is how we respond to procedures and constraints. Now, I'm going to explain all of this in detail, and everybody is different. And what we're looking for is we're looking for you to understand who you are. Remember, before we talked about self-awareness, understanding why you think and feel the way that you do, this next part of the training, you're going to understand yourself. And as you understand yourself, you can start to tap in to your inner potential. You can start to tap into your passion. So let's begin. You may be more of the dominant style. This may be you. You may be more dominant. Now, with the dominant style, this is how we explore problems and challenges. Do you agree that you are going to have to face problems and challenges in business? Do you agree that you're going to have to solve problems and challenges? Yes. Excellent. Now, the dominant style person is very results focused. What they want from a business is a result, a result, a result. Now, the D style person, the dominant style person, often experiences anger. The D style person is very aggressive by nature. They are explosive, and they've got to learn to manage their anger. Now, the D style has a fear of being taken advantage of. This is the fear that you have to learn to overcome. So if you're a D style person, you're going to have to learn to manage your anger in business. You're also going to have to overcome that fear of being taken advantage of. Now, give me a yes. Does this sound like you? Do you have a fear of being taken advantage of? Because this could be you. Now, the D style, when it comes to getting results, these people are very ambitious. Now, if you're the D style, you'll be very ambitious. You're going to set big goals. However, the D style can also be very aggressive when it comes to achieving this goal. Now, maybe you're not so dominant. And when you approach problems and challenges, your approach is more mild and unobtrusive. And under stress, under tension, under fatigue, sometimes you may be indecisive. Is this making sense to you? Can you see some of your qualities in here? For some of you, you may be more ambitious. For others, you may be more indecisive and you keep second guessing yourself. Now, we have to master this area of our life. And as we start to master this area of our life, we become more emotionally intelligent, we become more confident, and we start to take more action. So maybe you're the D style. Don't make the decision yet. There's another 3 styles to come. Maybe you're more of the influence style, the I style. Let's see if this is you. Influence is about how we explore people and contacts. Do you agree that in business, we're going to have to deal with other people? Do you feel that in business, you're going to have to influence people to buy your products and services? If you're growing a business, do you feel that you're going to have to influence your team members to work harder, to be more motivated, to negotiate a better deal? Would you agree with that? See, in business, we have to learn to influence people. Now, the I style loves recognition. Are you the type of person who loves recognition? Do you like to be on the stage and everybody clapping for you saying, "Yoo!" Do you love that? Or Are you a little bit more shy? Do you like to shy away from people? Do you like to do work behind the computer? Is this why you're attracted to e-commerce? Because you don't want recognition. You're happy to have success, but you don't want to be in the spotlight. Does that sound like you? Now, the I style in business, they're very optimistic. They believe everything is possible. They believe they can achieve success. They believe their client can succeed. They believe their families can succeed. They believe everybody can succeed. Is that you? That's what the I style tends to do. However, the I style also has a fear of social rejection. So, do you fear rejection? Do you fear rejection or criticism? Now, if you're fearing social rejection or criticism, this is going to be the part of your personality where that fear is coming from. And hopefully we get to work together in the future and we get to spend more than a day together. And I'm going to show you exactly how to overcome each of these fears. Zareen, both rejection and criticism. Excellent. Iqbal, very much me. Absolutely. Let's continue. Now, the people who tend to be more of a high I style, these people are very enthusiastic. Is that you? If you're an enthusiastic person, this is more like you. However, under moderate stress, tension, and fatigue, the I style person can actually be impulsive. The I style person, under stress, makes a lot of bad decisions. And we've got to learn to correct this to get that 100x DNA mindset. In addition, maybe you're less of an I style person. Maybe you're a little bit more reflective. You're less enthusiastic, but you're more reflective. You're a really deep thinker. You like to take things away. You don't get too excited, but you really like to think about it. In addition, under moderate stress, tension, and fatigue, the low I style person can often be very pessimistic. They don't believe success is possible. They see other people succeeding, but they just don't believe that it's truly possible for them. Now, that could be you. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to succeed. It just means that you've got to learn to master this area of your mindset. So, if this sounds like you, I want you to type in influence. If this really sounds like you, I want you to type in influence. And let's have a look there. Okay, Zareen, influence. Rahman, influence. Yes, Misty, influence. Sakar, influence. Excellent. Jahan, influence. Excellent. Okay, there's another 2 styles to go. The third style in business is the S style. We call this steadiness. Now, the steadiness style explores the pace and consistency of the environment. Some people like a very fast-paced environment. Go, 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 go. Some people like a really fast-paced environment. Go, 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 go. Where some people like to have a slow-paced environment. Do you like a fast-paced environment? Or do you like a slow pace? There's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. Misty likes a slow-paced environment. Iqbal, slow and steady, wins the race. Excellent. Ifta, fast, KH, slow and steady. Now, it's really important when you set your goals, you've got to understand what's your preferred style. Because if your goal is too big and it forces you to move too fast, you'll experience a lot of stress. If your goal is too small and it holds you back, then what will happen is you'll get really frustrated because things are going too slow. Now, International E-commerce Summit, can somebody turn off that other microphone in the background? I can hear another sound coming through. If you could just adjust that microphone. Thank you so much. Now, this is the S style. In addition, the S style is focused on relationships. Do you feel that you're the person who really focuses on relationships? You like to have close relationships with your family. You like to have close relationships with your friends. You like to have close relationships with your customers. Good. There's no good. There's no bad. There's no right. There's no wrong. Now, with the S-style personality, these people show no emotion. It doesn't mean they don't feel emotion. what happens is they don't express the emotion. Let me ask you, are you a person who shows emotion or doesn't show emotion? Because sometimes people who show no emotion can be very well suited for e-commerce. Very interesting. And then the greatest fear for the S style is losing their stability. Is that you? Do you have a fear of losing your stability? Are you afraid to quit your job and go all in? Are you afraid to give up your current income and go all in on your business? Now, if you have that fear, it's coming from this part of your personality. And all of us have this part of our personality to a greater or to a lesser degree. And we call this our steadiness style. Zawad, beautiful. You said it perfectly. I don't like change. Yes, excellent. That is the S style. The S style, and it is right there. Look at this. The S style, their strength is their patience, and their weakness is they resist change. Now, if you resist change or you like to go slow, then you'll be more of an S style. However, you may be less of an S style, and your strength is fast moving. You're on the go, 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 go. However, your weakness is sometimes you're too trusting. You're too trusting of people, and people end up taking advantage of you. So, who here is fast moving? If you're a fast mover, type in fast. If you like to go slow, type in slow. And it's really important that over time you learn about this. When we do our 3-day 100x DNA masterclass, I'm going to give you the science to actually measure this so you know exactly who you are. Now, finally, we have the compliance style. This is the C style. This is how we explore procedures and constraints. What the C style wants is they want to be right. They want to be correct. Now, this is going to be a big awakening for you because a lot of my friends in Bangladesh, a lot of my friends who are attracted to e-commerce are very much of a C style person. Now, the C style person has a lot of life fears. They fear success. They fear failure. They fear leaving their comfort zone. They have people, they worried that somebody's going to take advantage of them. Now, the greatest fear for the C style is that they're going to make a mistake. The greatest fear is that they're going to make a mistake and somebody's going to criticize their work. Does this sound like you? Do you have that fear of making a mistake? If that's you, you're more likely a C style person. Now, the superpower, the strength of the C style person is they're very detail oriented. They love the details. This is what attracts them to e-commerce. However, their weakness is they become perfectionists. They're so afraid of making a mistake that they become perfectionists. However, the people who are less of a C style tend to be a little bit more unconventional. And one of their weaknesses is they tend to break the rules. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 disc styles. The importance here is self-awareness. It's understanding your style because your style influences your mindset. Your mindset influences your success in your business. And these are the 4 disc styles. So let's summarize this section. Whew, let me take a breath. Are you enjoying yourself so far? Ladies and gentlemen, you're doing so well. You're doing so well. Now, I have a client, and I mentioned his name before. I started to teach him these ideas, and he used to earn $600 per month. Imagine that. He was earning $600 per month. He learned these ideas. He applied them into his business, and today he's earning more than $100,000 per month in e-commerce. I taught another client how to apply these into her business, and she bought in an additional, are you ready for it? She started to make more sales. She made an extra $138 million in new sales. And what I know is this, is that when you apply these ideas, they're going to help you to become more successful. So I hope you've enjoyed yourself so far. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to summarize all of your learnings. Have you enjoyed yourself? If you've enjoyed yourself, give me a yes in the chat box. Let me summarize what we have learned today. We only have 3 minutes of time left together. We've only got 3 minutes to go. I wish we had so much more time, but we've only got 3 minutes to go. Now, DISC. Once you understand your DISC style, you'll increase your chances of success. Without DISC, people make major mistakes. And your passion must align with your personality. What you choose for your career, what you choose for your business, your passion must align with your personality. So please type into the chat box the word passion. It's so important. Your passion must align with your personality. Now let's review all the things that we've learned. We've learned so much, and I want to summarize it in one page for you. Please type in the word DISC. DISC helps you overcome your fears. DISC helps you overcome your doubts. DISC helps you overcome your limiting beliefs. Type in DISC. DISC helps you achieve your passions faster. Imagine taking that 1 year goal that we set before and imagine achieving it in half the time. Imagine taking that 1 year goal and achieving it in 6 months. With DISC, you can do that. I want you to type in emotional intelligence. Please type in emotional intelligence. Today, we have also learned about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence helps you feel more confident. What does it do? It helps you feel more confident. And with confidence, you can do anything. You can become anyone, and you can have anything that you ever desire. In addition, emotional intelligence gives you personal power. Type in the word power. Type it in. Type in the word power. You need to have a lot of power as you start your business. Number 5, the 5th thing you learned today, you learned SMART goals. Please type in the word SMART goals. And with SMART goals, you're 1,004% more likely to succeed. Just remember that. SMART goals, you're 1,004% more likely to succeed. And number 6, ladies and gentlemen, when you set your SMART goals, you can live life on your terms. Well done. These are all the incredible things that you've learned today. And if you're already successful or you're just starting and you apply these ideas, you will become more successful. And ladies and gentlemen, I am here to help you. My job is here to help you become more successful. And your job is to take these ideas and to become rich. So let me wrap today's training up. And I want to say thank you very much for being here. You are some of the most important people in Bangladesh today. I want you to remember that. You are some of the most important people in Bangladesh today. And when you succeed in e-commerce, you can increase the overall level of success and prosperity of your family, your friends, and your entire country. Now, you have learned some of the most important ideas ever developed, and your job is to continue to practice these tools until they become automatic. And let me wrap up by saying this. The very best times of your life are in the future. The highest income earning years are still yet to come. And the happiest moments of your life are coming in the days and weeks ahead. So I hope that these ideas have been helpful for you, and I wish you a wonderful day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you, Sifu. What an amazing sharing. Amazing sharing. Very deep and very comprehensive. I hope our country people enjoy it thoroughly. Thank you for joining with us. See you again in our country with this beautiful audience.
Absolutely. Inshallah, 2022 will be there. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You.